Hello, my name is Lilian Okibe. Welcome to another episode of Reacting to My Subscribers' Locks. This is going to be the part 4 of this series. So if you'd like to see the previous episodes, I'm going to link a playlist up in the iCards and down in the description box. We had so many submissions this time around, so I'm going to try to get to as many locks as possible. Now, the first set of locks we're going to be reacting to is from V. So she says, "Hey Lilian, hello. My name is V. I just turned 15. I've been watching your videos for a while now. Oh, that's so sweet. Decided to start my lock journey January 3rd of 2023. I started with braids and I've been interlocking as maintenance because retwists are so hard to maintain. I have a problem with dry scalp even though I moisturize with water and oil every day. That's really the only concern I have in my locks right now." So V sent this picture to me in March. Let me see. Yeah, this was in March. And she went ahead to send another email very recently. So let's go ahead and check that out. "Hey Lilian, it's V again. I started using your retwist method and my locks have taken up at the roots. I never thought my locks would get thick because I have fine natural hair. But with time, they really started to grow or really started to show progress." Oh, like I'm always very happy when I see people try out my techniques, for the Lilian Okibe locks and get results. So yeah, thank you V for sharing your feedback. Yeah, so let's go ahead and see her locks now. So she just had a fresh retwist, like a fresh, like regular retwist, and her hair looks so amazing. Like your locks look so amazing. I love how like thick the locks are, and how they look very healthy. Like her scalp looks very healthy and luscious and rich. And I love the fact that even after like a fresh regular retwist, like the locks are not so far apart, and that can really tell you that like strands of hair have not been uprooted from her scalp like unnecessarily. So I absolutely love how rich your locks look. I feel like your locks look very rich and healthy after a fresh retwist, and whoever did your retwist did an amazing job, because like every like your hair is nicely retwisted. You can see like everything is neat, but the retwist was not done too tight. So I love your locks, V. Thank you for sharing your locks with us in this episode. Now let's go ahead. Like I said, I'm not going to be dwelling too much on each particular lock because I have so many locks to get to today, so please bear with me. Our next set of locks is from The Real Terror. So he says, "I'll be 3 years locked next month, April 18, 2023. And thank you." Oh, thank you. So he sent in, locks, I think, throughout his journey so far, I believe. So some of his locks, like some of the pictures are pictures of a fresh retwist. Some of them are pictures of his hair grown out, like his retwist grown out. And I must say, like, your hair, you have very thick, healthy, luscious locks. Like, your locks look very rich. I love how full they are. I love the fact that even like after a fresh retwist, your hair still looks healthy. Like, even though let's say you use this picture for example. Now you can see that his hair is freshly retwisted, but it's not done too tight. And so this explains why his hair is so thick. This explains why his locks look so rich. As you guys can see, even like whether his hair is freshly retwisted or not freshly retwisted, like his hair looks pretty rich and pretty thick, and I absolutely love this. So thank you for sharing your locks with us today. Your locks look really amazing. Now let's go ahead and check out the next set of locks, which is from Jasper. Now Jasper sent us his locks. I think it was the second episode. Was it the second? I think it was the second episode. That was when we saw Jasper's locks for the first time, and his locks looked really nice, really amazing. He's the person who retwists his locks with the towel method. Now I don't know if you still do that, Jasper. I don't know if you still retwist with the towel method, but like your locks, obviously your locks looked really nice before, and they still look really nice now, and I love how like thick they are, and they look very healthy. So yeah, thank you, Jasper, for sharing your locks with us yet again. Now let's go ahead and check out the next set of locks, which is from K. So she says, "I can't wait to go back to my black hair color." Let's go ahead and see the video. First picture is before, the second video is after. So she has 210 locks. and this is 3.5 months into her lock journey. Like wow, wow, wow. Like I love, like when you see the before and the after, you can see like the difference is like wow. It's amazing. Like her locks have taken up so nicely and so much, even at just 3.5 months. Like wow, your locks have taken up really nicely, and I feel like you're on the right path to having like healthy, rich, juicy, luscious locks. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it, because it's obviously working for you. Okay. So yeah, I love you, love your locks. So now the next set of locks is from LJ. Let's see the video of his locks. I feel like I've seen this set of locks before. But I'm not so sure. I feel like we have seen this set of locks in a previous episode, or in a previous episode of this series, but I can't remember. It looks really familiar, but yeah, your locks look really I love seeing thick locks. Like I love seeing like big fat locks. Because I have a thing for like fat locks, but I just wasn't able to get it on my own head. So yeah, I love how big, you know, your locks are, LJ. And I love the fact that it looks like you just had a fresh retwist, and even despite the fact that you just had a fresh retwist, it's not done too tight. Your scalp does not look like it is in pain. Everything is fine, even though you have like the locks are so big. Yes, because like the retwist is not done so tight, they are not so far apart. Because sometimes when you find people who have bigger locks and who retwist like super tight, their locks start to get wide, like their parts start to get wider and wider, and then when you look at their hair, it just looks like it's all scalp and no hair, right? But obviously this person knows what whoever does your hair, I don't know if you do your hair yourself or if you go to a loctician, but whoever does this knows what he or she is doing. And I love the fact that even though your locks are so big, like your roots are healthy and, you know, luscious. So yeah, thank you LJ for sending in your picture. Now let's go ahead and check out the next set of locks, which is from Beatrice. This person started her locks with Lilian Okibe locks method, and she said that this is her first attempt. So wow, like you've done a really nice job. Like for the fact that this is your first time trying out this style, like this is amazing. This looks really nice. This looks freshly done and it looks really nice. Now for those of you who do not know, the Lilian Okibe locks is the method that I use to start my locks, and it's basically a technique that helps your hair to look like locks from the very first day of install, right? And so like, and it also helps if you continue to retwist your locks with Lilian Okibe locks method, your locks will eventually, it will help your locks to grow to be thicker than like what is normal for you, right? So yeah, if you want to know more about the Lilian Okibe locks, I have an online course where I teach like all the steps and everything to achieve that result. I'll link it down in the description box and also in the iCards, right? So this person started her locks with Lilian Okibe. Like this is a freshly done starter locks with the Lilian Okibe locks method, and I feel like you did an amazing job. Like you followed like the tips that I shared. It kind of looks like you have extensions in here. And even though obviously it doesn't look like, but your hair looks so thick. Comparing like the density of your hair and then how the locks look and like how they are right now, it looks like you have extensions in there, but obviously you do not have extensions. And I can always say, I don't know if you're going to continue on to allow this to mature into like full on mature Lilian Okibe locks, but if you do, like this is going to give you like some really nice thick juicy locks. Like seriously, this is really beautiful, and I can't get over the fact that this is your first attempt. I think you did an amazing job for your first time. Yeah, so thank you so much Beatrice for sending your pictures. Now the next set of locks is from Amali. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. So she says, hi Lilian, hello. I've had my locks for 5 months now. I'm from South Africa, and can I ask, what can I do with a dry scalp when you don't want to use a heavy moisturizer? Love your videos, by the way. You are an inspiration to me. Oh, thank you so much. So before I go ahead and check out your locks, let me answer your question. So in case there's any other person who has issues with dry scalp, and yeah, what you can do to help with dry scalp, I hear you mentioned that you don't want to use something heavy. I don't recommend using something heavy on the scalp. Like you can use something that is heavy, like if it's an oil, but like something heavy in the sense that using like a heavy thick cream on the scalp, I don't really recommend that. simply because your scalp is already covered with hair, you know, and so, and you sweat on the scalp, your scalp produces sebum and likes. So if you use something heavy on the scalp, the chances of you clogging your scalp and that irritating your scalp and causing excessive itching can be very, very high, you know. So I usually do not recommend using like a cream like product on the scalp. So if you have dry scalp, what I recommend is washing your scalp more regularly, because sometimes people who have dry scalp, what makes their scalp dry is the fact that their hair is not getting enough water, like their scalp is not getting enough water. And one of the things that can cause this is if you're someone who is always putting oils and oils and oils and oils on your scalp and never washing all of that out. Because when you have oil on your skin, like your skin doesn't absorb water, doesn't absorb moisture as much, right? And so if you're someone who you're always having dry, flaky scalp, there's a probability that it's because your scalp is dry, and sometimes it's because you're putting all these products, all these oils, and not washing it out. So you want to, you know, wash your locks or like wash your scalp more regularly, and whenever you're washing, like focus on your scalp and like massage that into like get it clean basically. Then in addition to washing, you know, more regularly, I feel like getting a light, nice oil. And I feel like the oil, what oil will best is going to be different for different people, you know. Some people, there are certain oils that work for different people, so you may have to try a few to discover what your scalp likes. But first step is you want to make sure that your scalp is getting water like pretty often, you know. So that could be wetting your hair in the shower every now and then, or like washing your hair more regularly so that your hair can absorb moisture. And or it could also mean spraying like some water on your scalp lightly from time to time. And always make sure that every time you get water on your scalp, you make sure that it dries in at least like 5 to 7 hours, right? You don't want to leave your scalp wet for too long, because that can, you know, cause irritation, that can cause itching, and can make your hair smelly and blah blah blah, things like that. You don't want that. So you want your scalp to be getting water for every now and then, but you also want to make sure that every time you put water on your scalp, you make sure that you dry it completely. And what I usually recommend for this is a fan. You can use a standing fan, a hand fan. Just make sure that you dry the water as quickly as possible whenever you get water on your scalp. And then get a light oil that can just help to, you know, lubricate your scalp. And when your scalp absorbs the moisture from the water, it can just help to keep that moisture in there a little longer. It's like something similar to what happens with your skin basically. With your skin, you don't go ahead and apply. The best time to apply lotion is fresh out of the shower, because your scalp, your skin is moist, your skin has absorbed moisture from your water, from your tap, from your shower and everything. And so you go ahead and apply your lotion to seal in all that moisture. So similar to what you should be doing for your scalp. You want to see whether you're spraying water, whether you're washing and like soak, like wetting your hair in the shower or whatever, go ahead and apply some oil. Something light is better so that it doesn't clog your scalp, you know. I just want to massage that in and make sure that you dry your scalp, you know, quickly so that the water doesn't remain there for a long time. This is something that I have recommended to so many other people, so many people who have had issues with dry scalp, and after a while they've noticed, like, you know, obvious improvement. So you can give that a try if you're experiencing dryness. So now let's go ahead and see her locks. I think your locks look really nice, but I can also see that like all the pictures you sent, I don't know if maybe you just sent this picture after a fresh retweet where your hair was styled, but I noticed that all the pictures you sent are pictures of your locks styled and like wrapped up. Now if you're someone who is trying to get your locks to eventually be as thick as possible, you don't want to leave your locks in lock styles all the time, right? And even though the lock styles don't look too tight, they don't look like super tight, but they are kind of tight. They're not like super tight that they can damage your hair, but I can see that there is a little bit of, you know, tension, you know, from some of the pictures. So I feel like if you're someone who is trying to get your locks to be as thick as possible, you want to cut down on the styling, like all these kind of wrapped up styles, like you're braiding your hair. You can do that occasionally, but don't make it a habit of always wrapping your locks up, because if you always do that, what happens is your locks are not going to swell up as much as possible. Your locks are not going to thicken up as much as possible. So if you're someone who is trying to achieve that, you want to look into, you know, not styling your locks all the time. So yeah, we're going to stop here for today. I feel like I don't want the reaction videos to be too long, so we're going to stop here for today. If I was not able to get your locks, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. If you guys want me to make another part, maybe like a part 5, let me know down in the comment section, and I'll consider making another part to this series. But for now, we're going to stop here. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you guys learned 1 or 2 things from this video. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if this is your first time on my channel and you like to see more videos from me, you like to see how my locks progress, you like to learn more from me, then definitely subscribe. I make videos every single week, and if you're someone who wants to have locks like mine, who wants to learn like everything I do and everything I've done, to have my locks look like this, I have an online course where I share every single thing about how to get thick locks with Lilian Okibe locks. I'm going to put the link down in the description box. And if you also like to see the products I use for my locks, I have a website where I share all of that, so I'll put that link also in the description box and comment section. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys in my next video.